And we're live. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's
Good
having a
morning, good
lovely
morning.
Saturday morning.
Heather's one of
Good
the few
morning,
people I'll
Sherry.
crawl my ass out of bed at this hour of the day on a Saturday.
I know I was like, oh, I'm just going to go to bed early. I had a lot of lives. Boy, those lives really wore me out. I looked at the time. I went, shit, it's almost 9:30. I better get my ass up.
Like
Oh,
I said, because I've been sick all week, and I went to the
yeah.
doctor Thursday and he gave me a cortisone shot, which
Oh,
helped a little bit. The notification just went out, which helped
okay.
a little bit. But I was still I still feel like crap. My head feels like it's just stuffed full of cotton.
Yeah, my
And
eyes are feeling it right in here. So yeah,
yeah,
I
so
feel
y'all
you,
are gonna
girl.
see me with tissue at hand the whole time. Uh, keep my mascara from running down my face.
Yes, people, I'm not making Sherry cry. It's just her allergies.
Yeah, it's just my allergies. I've got antibiotics that should be ready to
Oh, here
pick
we
up
go.
after the show this morning. Hi,
Hi,
Jackie. Hi, Solomon.
Jackie. Hey,
And
Dina.
but
That's Dina if you
Shawwoman's
don't
real
know her
name is
name.
Claudia.
No, Shaw Woman is Dina. Dena.
Gina. Okay,
Yeah.
I got a little list
Yeah,
going so I
Claudia
can get
is
the
Cat
right
Mama.
names with the right people.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes keeping up, but I'm getting better. So everybody, thank you for joining us. I haven't done a spirit of color in a while, and
Yeah,
I just been really itching to do it. And Sherry's favorite color is blue, particularly
as you can't
cobalt
tell,
blue.
just look
You
around.
have no idea the curtains, the bedspreads over the years, over the past couple of
The
years,
clothes,
the clothes, the eye makeup, the
the
turtle
eye
sometimes that she
makeup. I got blue
wears.
eyeliner and eyeshadow on. So,
So
um,
I said, let's do cobalt blue, and she says fabulous. And if people want, I wonder why I want to start this, because a lot of people know I'm an artist, and so my favorite passion when it comes to my art is always color. So I figured let's have fun and do a spirit of color series. And so we're tackling the blue today, and here people are popping in. Hello, Chris
yeah.
MK. Looking for this color. A lot of new interesting colors have been coming out the last few years for cars. Hello, Kristen. That's okay. Thank you for popping in and saying hi.
That's
Nice to
it.
see you. Yeah, I love the color blue, Jackie, too.
I want to get a color deck as well. Something.
And I can recommend a deck right now for while people are here, too. And this is the cards that I'm going to be using today.
The
One of
secret
them, The
language of color.
Secret Language of Color. I learned about this deck from Kelly at Dozen Cats. I think she goes by Cats Royale now.
Yeah.
But she used that one day, and I was like, I have to get it. And I pulled out four of the cards that are close to the color cobalt that they used in this deck. And this is the Azure card, and it's called
What was
Protect
the
Yourself.
what was the author's name again on that those cards?
Okay, I'll spell it for you. The first one is Inna, Ina or Inna, and the last name is Segal, Segal.
Gotcha. Okay, got it. I wanted to
She
write
has
it down so I
sapphire.
can go window shopping. Ooh, I like that. I like sapphire.
Sapphires regenerate your
Yeah,
body. The basic
where my blue
blue.
earrings.
Yep.
My
Activate your
blue,
healing power. So very healing, Sherry. And
and this
brilliance,
matches
cleansing.
my earrings. And then this is my newest ring I just got, and it's more
That's
cobalt. So
very pretty. And there's also another color deck. I use it every now and then. It's not quite my favorite, but it does have interesting information. And it's called the Prism Oracle. And it's by Nicole Piva Pivaroto. Piva, I'll
something like that.
something like that. Right down there.
Prism Oracle. Wait,
And so
let me do
I
my
pulled
old fashioned thing and write it down.
the cleanse again for the blue. I actually learned about this deck, I think, from Andrea from Lilac Lantern. I think I saw her use it first. And then the
Ah,
color for
okay.
trust. So it's really a cute little deck. It has like segments for each of the colors, and there's purple for magic, and then there's the red for strength. So it's an interesting deck. It
And what
comes
is
in
the
hand.
author again?
Okay, Nicole is her first name.
Nicole.
Yep. And the last name is Pivivi.
B as in boy.
P as in Peter.
P-I. Oh, V-I.
Yep. I-V.
R-O-O-T-T-O. Okay. Probably faster if I could do screenshots, but I can't ever figure out how to make screenshots work on my.
And Chris MK says that you have the perfect coloring for that shade of blue, and she does. The blonde hair, everything. I'm in autumn, so I'm good in like purples and things and stuff.
I love jewel tones. I've always loved. I mean, I like pastels for the fact that it's a very calming color, and I can relax in pastels. But I love jewel tones. I like to decorate with jewel tones. I like to wear jewel tones, blues, greens, reds, maroons, golds.
Okay, so I want to make sure I did miss Chris's comment. And the man who really knew how to rock the blue, even the light blue, Mr. Bob Ross.
Yeah.
And I found a beautiful card that had the beautiful blue in it. And so I thought I would share that message. I thought that was perfect.
Cool.
So
I like
we couldn't
that.
do a color episode without the man himself. Oh, and speaking about the man himself with my cup of coffee. Thank you, dear.
Thank you, dear.
He's shy, people. He's shy these days.
It's all right. I got my fresh cup too. I don't have a blue mug.
Nothing
I need to
tastes
get a blue
good
mug.
or better than a fresh cup of hot coffee as you sip it and it goes down and you feel that warmth.
Especially, and you know, this time last week, by this time of the morning, it was so freaking hot outside. You didn't even want to go step out on the patio. It was 110 degrees. Today, it's what is the temperature right now? It's 73 degrees today.
Yep,
that's
we're having about that today.
A 30-degree temperature drop just since.
That's how people get sick. That's how I got sick as a kid, when the temperatures would be drastic. Yep.
Wednesday, it was between 115 and 120.
Yep.
Down here in Southwest Louisiana, which is
sip, Jackie.
It's never ever been this hot down here. I'm talking triple digits for a month straight, without even including the heat index, which is the humidity levels.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
With humidity levels in the 80-90%, you know, so our heat index altogether, we were rocking 110 to 120 for like 3 weeks straight, daily. No rain, no nothing. Oh, look at that trinket.
This is Marmaduke. I got him in his one little claw broke, so but I got him when I was living in Flagstaff. I went down to Sedona. Yeah. And I always wanted one of the Pena dragons, and he was there, and he's like, "You want me?" And I said, "I do."
I finally brought my turtle dragon home from work. I've had it on my desk forever.
He wanted to say hi.
I need to bring it home. And it's a dragon turtle with the baby on top.
I see him on the top of it. Yep. So this is my cobalt blue.
Surrounded. That's the other side. It's surrounded by coins. It's like sitting on a pile of coins, because it represents protection, family, and good fortune. That's what the paper said with it when it came with it. It's a Chinese thing. So, but yeah, I've always loved my turtle dragon because it did both at the same time. Matter of fact,
it's hard to breathe in that heat and humidity, especially here in Western New York, being by the water. I understand what Shari goes through because we're both near water. And when we get that kind of heat, the humidity, it's just sometimes it's unbearable. You can't breathe.
Or surrounded by water.
But at least, you know, you can jump into that water. Me here, I can't go jumping in the Niagara. Don't want to go over the falls, people. So in the beginning of the chat, I asked people if you want to share what's your favorite color or shade of blue. Why do you like it? Do you have any favorite foods or crystals? Because this is what this is all about. Shari and I sharing beautiful things
Well,
that
I did
we
my
have.
homework and I
And she's got
found
her,
all kinds of really fascinating information about cobalt.
and this is a raw lapis lazuli. This is one of my favorite pieces, so I wanted to share that.
What was that?
Lapis, a raw piece of lapis.
That's gorgeous.
You can see the little
Even
sparkles in
without
it.
being all buffed and shiny, it's
And this is new. It's kind of hard to see if the light hits it just right. My
you can
labradorite,
see
you
the
can see that
blue in it. Yeah.
beautiful blue. And this one here, later, like, you got to share me. So that is my
Ooh.
azurite, one of
Oh,
my
that's
azurites.
gorgeous.
This is another raw piece of azurite. And, it's still in the stone, that beautiful sparkle.
Oh,
And this
yeah.
is one of, and I have some raw too that's still in the actual stone. And this one here, this is a chrysocolla, but it's opalized chrysocolla because of the water in it. So that the screen really doesn't do it justice, but it's beautiful. It's like ocean water. So
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, because it's got the green and the blue.
a
And when you get
little
into
bit of
clear ocean water, that's what you
azurite
see.
with the malachite.
Oh,
So,
I like that.
and there we go. So go ahead, and now your turn to share.
Well, I don't have any blue stones. I looked. I thought for sure I would have a
No, I
blue
mean,
stone
whatever you have in your
somewhere,
hands that you wanted to share with us. It's your
but
turn to share.
I have my new blue ring that I just got.
Hi, Hilda.
And I bought this ring to match these earrings because they're a different shade than my aquamarines that I wear. But what I discovered was that cobalt is a natural stone. It's made from sea glass in the ocean. Yes. And it's rarer. It's
Hmm.
considered rare um, because it depends on like I guess water temperatures and all that kind of stuff that help to create it. But you have cobalt, you have cornflower, and you have what they call the soft blue sea glass. And
Mm-hmm.
uh, like here are some natural. You can't really see it that well on screen, but this is some natural of the light sea glass. Um, because it's a rarer stone, it's always been considered a status for wealth.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that's wealthy has a lot of status because they can afford to send someone out to gather the sea glass and then make something out of it. Because of the color was so popular back in the Victorian era, they made, like you see here, they made their, here we go, they
Yep.
made their poison bottles and their medicine bottles out of cobalt because the color protected the medicine
Yes.
inside from the light.
The
And
dark
it was
blues and the dark
easier
browns.
for the alchemist, the pharmacist, the whatever they were called back then. It was easier for them to pick it off the shelf if they were in a hurry, creating a mix for drugs. Yes.
This is a
Uh,
great book too if anyone's interested in everything that Sherry's reading on, and for other colors of dyes and
I mean,
pigments.
and most of this I found online on Google. I just went in and Googled it. It was like, I've always loved the color, but I never really looked into what it meant. I mean,
Very status. Yeah.
and but it very much it was used as an insulator throughout the country in the 1800s all the way up
Hi,
through the
Sharon.
1900s. And hi, Sharon. And the there most of the insulators are now used replaced with ceramic, so they don't really use sea glass anymore.
Yeah, the
Um,
cobalt, you got to be careful. It can be radioactive. You got to be, yeah, be
yes,
very
yes.
careful.
And there's let me see. I've got yeah, by the 1860s, cobalt blue glass and cornflower blue glass were used primarily for utilitarian bottles, especially medicine and poison bottles. I used to have an oil lamp. Well, I still do have an oil lamp that's almost identical to that.
That's
That was my
pretty.
grandmother's, but it's not blue. It's clear. I wish I had a blue one, but I don't.
Yeah,
Um,
Avon used to do the red and the blue bottle sets when I was a little girl. I have
oh
some
yeah,
one of the
they
red
had a
ones, but
whole
I'm big
line.
on that. Hmm.
They had a whole line of back in the day of glass, like Depression era looking glass
Hmm.
plates. You know, it's like table settings and glasses and cups, and they had them in red and they had it in blue. And I remember my grandmother had a set of each. Um, it says that the up until the 1950s, Vicks Vapor Rub and Noxzema used the cobalt blue glass jars to put their product in to sell because it protected what was inside and it was bright and eye catching. You know, so from a from a promotional aspect, that's a good thing. Um, and then it says here that the Hazel Atlas Glass Company created cobalt blue glass in the Depression era. One of the company's most famous creations was the Shirley Temple mug and tableware collection, which had a decal of the child actress on it. Um, they went on to make the coveted modern tone and royal lace patterns for the same colored glass. Now, I have dishes that I bought back
Hmm.
when my son was a little boy. That's called Blue Willow. Um, my grandmother had dishes like that. They're stoneware.
Hmm.
Um, Now, granted,
My
my
grandma.
set was a reproduction. It wasn't the original Blue Willow
Oh my
dishes,
goodness.
but I do have some of the original Blue Willow dishes saved from my grandmother's, and I meant to get it out, but it was in a box, and I just never crawled up in the closet to go get it. Um,
Okay, now's your
it
chance
says
to say hi.
that, hi, baby.
He he's been meowing to come up, so I figured, okay, say hi, and now you can go back out with
Those
Daddy. Okay?
beautiful eyes, those
Meow.
beautiful
Okay, go
blue
on.
eyes of his.
Yep.
Um,
Okay, got that out of the way.
okay. It says that ancient Egyptians and the Mesopotamians were crazy about cobalt, the color, and the glass. King Tut gold death mask has inlaid cobalt glass, and Danish researchers have found cobalt
And
blue
that miss.
beads in a wealthy woman's grave from the period that were made in the same workshop as Tut's glass. So they found wealthy people, and of course, King Tut, they had part of their burial process, they had cobalt blue sea glass as,
Mhm.
part of their decorations, part of their
And the
uh,
lapis too. It was amazing how much
lapis was another big
resources
one.
they had.
Um,
Hmm.
it
They were
says that
craftsmen. Sorry.
cobalt blue glass was valued to the point that it traveled from Egypt to Denmark. That's how much people loved it.
Hmm.
And it said that it was a luxury material
Yep.
for thousands of years before technology came around, um, which made it even more um, status because it was so hard to get. And
Happy early birthday,
birthday!
Hilda.
Wait,
Someone's
who's
gonna
having a
get
birthday?
a
Chris is
birthday
having a
card.
birthday.
Hilda on Tuesday.
Hilda's having a birthday.
She is on
Happy
Tuesday.
birthday, Hilda. All right. Um, it says that in the late 1700s, if somebody had cobalt blue glass, that was like an instant statement saying to all who noticed it that this was a prosperous person, you know, not just well
Okay.
known in the community or whatnot, but it was prosperous. And
Well, your reading, I'll show pretty cards with the blues in them. That'll be a perfect accompaniment.
oh yeah, um, yeah, and that's where they got this. It's a sea glass, which is really wild. Um, It says cobalt blue jewelry has been used since ancient times. In ancient Egypt, bright cobalt lapis lazuli was used to restore calm and encourage a connection to the wisdom of the universe. Throughout time, blue has been said to protect the wearer from negative energy. The color of sea and sky, blue symbolizes truth, faith, intelligence, wisdom, loyalty, and confidence. I never knew this about it. I just always liked the color.
Yeah, a
I
lot.
like all
Even
blues,
in
but I've always been partial to the
marketing
cobalt
too, color
blue
is very important.
and the lapis blue because it's that bright jewel tone color. Um, it says, how rare is blue sea glass? Um, but usually you find it in the sand at the beach, where it washes up. But you have to kind of know what to look for and where to look. Wow, I like that. It says even though cobalt blue glass has been made, manufactured by man throughout the generations, the color is still rare, especially when compared with clear or brown glass. It is thought that only about 1 in 250 or so pieces of real sea glass is found in a cobalt blue color. That's pretty rare. I mean, when you think about it, only 1 in 250 or so pieces.
Hi, Linda.
Hi, Linda.
Oh, and Mary Thornberry popped in. Hi, Mary. Mary, my
hi, Mary.
favorite color, and
Irene and
and Patricia. Yeah,
and
as Sherry's reading everything that she found out, I thought I'd be doing a little image show.
Yeah, I did my vlog. Well, Heather's holding up the pictures, and no, actually, we didn't really coordinate this. We're flying by the seat of our pants here.
And I like how things progress organically. So this is perfect that you have this, and I'm like, oh, a little slideshow. There we go, a little slideshow.
There we go. Okay. Now this is the one I got. I printed out the meanings. It says the color cobalt is the color of ingenuity and enlightenment. From its artistic aptitude to its passionate essence, there's something incredibly appealing about this deep shade. However, it can also leave a bitter taste in your mouth. Some negative qualities are its unpredictability and nervous demeanor. So it symbolizes productivity, solitude, ingenuity, and enlightenment. The effects of it around you, it enhances, but it can also weaken. It uplifts and it promotes. Positive aspects of cobalt blue is supportive, artistic, intuitive, energetic. So it can help your intuitive abilities. There you go. Yeah.
There's one of my pieces that have blues in it. I got really inspired with the blues.
Well, think about pictures that you see of the glaciers and the ice shelves up in Alaska or in the over in the Antarctic and stuff. And that color of blue for the water is breathtaking.
It is.
It says, okay, so the supportive aspects is support. It helps artistic abilities. It helps intuitive abilities. It provides energetic feelings. I love that. That's gorgeous. Now, the negative you can get off of too much cobalt around you is it can make you standoffish. It can make you quiet. It can cause uncertainty,
depression.
And it can make you appear to be mysterious.
Mysterious might not be a bad thing. A little bit of mystery.
It depends on what you're being mysterious about. A darker take on standard blue, cobalt is a rich color that oozes with individuality. I don't know who wrote this, but they really did good on the flowery language. First introduced in the paint and jewelry industries, Cobalt immediately took the public by storm. Though people were already familiar with blue, this unique spin on a beloved hue reinvented the color wheel. Since its inception in the 18th century, Cobalt has won many fans. When it's concerning the arts, it says Cobalt appreciates and respects creative pursuits. It understands the passion and patience that goes into creating pieces of art, which is why it admires creative minds.
Ooh. Have
Oh,
fun.
Patricia,
Oh my
take some
goodness.
videos, take some pictures, and post them. I want
Yeah,
to
especially
see.
of the men. Mm.
I'm part Scots, so yeah, I
Yeah,
want
me
to see.
too. Definitely. Have fun, sweetheart. Sorry.
Absolutely. No, man, that was well worth an interruption. I
Yeah.
need to take a sip anyway. Um,
Good time for a sip sip.
Time for a sip sip. My throat's getting dry. All this medicine is. I'm either pouring gunk or I'm so dry I feel like my face is stuffed with cotton.
Well, today's
Um,
the blue day. It's all about cleansing, so let's get that gunk out.
that's it. It says Cobalt understands the passion and patience that goes into creating pieces of art, which is why it admires creative minds. If you're looking for inspiration, Cobalt will provide you with deserved encouragement.
Mhm.
Um, it's according to Cobalt, traditional schools of thought lack depth. It's for this reason why this hue thinks outside of the box. And the way they write about this color makes it sound almost like an individual. Um,
Sherry, I just want to share this with you really quick with the blues in
oh,
it. The double dragon. I thought I would share. That's your dragon lady.
yeah, I like
There's your
that.
dragons. Okay.
That's cool. Um, it says Cobalt makes connections that the ordinary mind is unable to. So that's part of enhancing that intuitiveness within you. Um, and we're all intuitive in some way, shape, or form. You know, we're all psychic in some way, shape, or form. Some are just more plugged in than others. Um, let's see. It says that it enhances intuition. Looking
Mhm.
inward requires patience and self awareness. Cobalt promotes both. With a little help from Cobalt, you can unlock your sixth sense. If your gut instinct is reliable, it bodes well for sound decision making. Everyone can benefit from some time with Cobalt. Um, After all, intuition heightens understanding, they say. It can sharpen your focus. If you're easily distracted, surround yourself with Cobalt. In the presence of Cobalt, you'll find that determination and motivation work in tandem. What was that? What was the one you just held up? I didn't
Oh,
see.
that was just. I'm just sharing some more blue from that deck we both have.
Cool, 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 cool. Which deck is that?
That's the one, the
What's the
Healing
color?
Waters.
Oh, Healing Waters. Okay, I didn't
Yeah, we
even take
both
that.
have. Yeah, Sherry might have forgotten, but we did a show together where we went through these cards and shared our favorite ones. Remember?
We did, we did. I'd
Yeah,
forgotten all about it, but yeah.
yeah.
I've got two new decks that I need to do card flip throughs that I'm
And
still.
Chris is correct. You rarely hear about Cobalt
This is
Blue.
one of my newest decks I just got. It's a new Moonology deck.
Oh, I didn't know there was a new one.
It just came out by Yasmin Bolin, Moonology Messages Oracle. Because I'm in the Oracle deck club
Yeah,
through Hay House, and so we get them
nice.
before they're published. So it's not. It's getting published to. It's going out to the public sometime this month. I don't remember what date. And I'm about halfway through it because with this one, in order to try to connect with a deck, I'm literally like going through it card by card, holding it, impressing my energy on it, and then reading the book on that card. And what does it say? That kind of jumps out at me is this is important. And so it's like day 4 going through this one deck because I wanted to do it right.
I'm looking forward to that flip through.
And then the other one I got this past month
Oh my
is
goodness.
the Tree of Life Oracle. And that's
Hi,
another one
Sonia.
that looks like I spilled coffee on the cover.
Yeah, I gotta stop spending. I'm at my limit.
Well,
she's
this
doing that,
is,
another beautiful blue.
if you were to
Cosmic
look at it roughly cost me about $12 a month. And it's every 3 months you get a new box with 3 decks of cards and something extra. Or two
Nice.
new decks of cards and something extra. Like this month, I got the 2 new Oracle decks. Plus, they sent, and this is from the publisher, so it's not a counterfeit copy. They sent what they called a pocket copy of the
Light Seers.
and it's
And
in a
there's a
metal.
beautiful blue right on the
It's in
front.
a metal tin.
Oh, I like that.
Keep it with the little book with it. So
I like the tins. I like tins.
Yeah.
They're sturdier than the boxes. So just
Oh,
showing
by
some more
far.
blues as you're. Yep.
Yeah. Hang on.
Yeah, in case you didn't know. Oh. We did see you, Sonia. Hello, sweetheart. Thank you for joining us. And everybody, thank you for joining Shari.
Sorry,
and
I had to holler at my brother.
I appreciate you spending your Saturday morning with us.
I hear him getting ready to start laundry, and I've got a dryer full of clothes that I forgot to take out yesterday, so I had to restart it this morning so I don't have to iron. Hopefully, I won't have to iron everything. Although, but using my iron because it's getting old and icky, and I didn't want to buy a new one. And I bought me one of those garment steamers, little handheld portable garment steamers.
Do they really work?
My God. I got one at Target. It was under $20.
There you go.
I forget what brand. I'll have to take a picture of it and post it. I used it on a blouse last week that's been crammed in my closet for like a month. So it was all wrinkled and it was white. And so I didn't want to use my iron on it because it was white. It was like, I don't want to ruin
anything to get come off the iron onto the shirt. Yeah, I've done that.
And so I started thinking about it. I thought, now's the time to see if these garment steamers, I mean, I know the professional ones that cost like $1,000 worth, but I didn't know about the little handheld portable ones. And you can get them everywhere from $10 up to $150, depending on how fancy you want to get. I picked one up for under $20. I got it. It was either Target or Walmart. I don't remember now which store I got it at. Talk about work fantastically. I mean, I just hung it on the back of the bathroom door on the hanger, and you just kind of hold the material out so that you kind of can tighten it a little bit. And I just did the thingy with the steam. It was like all the wrinkles just magically fell away. I was like, oh my God, why has this not been in my life before?
When I was little, my mother would not let me leave the house without ironed out clothes.
Oh, my mother was the same way. And my late husband was a thing with belts. You couldn't, if your pants had belt loops, you best have a belt in there. He would really get after our son if he threw on a pair of jeans or a pair of pants that had belt loops and he didn't have a belt on. His dad would make him turn around and go put a belt on, And I'd be like, why? You don't. It's not like they're gonna fall off or anything,
Well, look at, the 80s, the workout,
Well, and he's
the
like me because
women were still wearing belts and they didn't need it. There was
he grew up in the 60s.
Remember that?
He was born in the mid 50s. He was born in 55. So he grew up late 50s, 60s, 70s when a lot of that kind of precedent on how you dressed was very prevalent. You wore a tie. I can remember as a little girl when my mother and I would go shopping, like go downtown to go shop. There were no malls back then. You went downtown and you shopped the stores that were lined up on Main Street. And I can remember us going shopping, and then we would go to one of the little restaurants or diners to go eat. And it was a major thing, but we literally, you dressed like you were going to church. I mean, you wore a dress, you wore your black patent leather shoes, you wore your gloves, you wore your coat if it was a little cool, you wore a hat. I mean, the whole shebang.
Wow.
And
I
I
was
mean,
lucky. I didn't have to go to that extreme with my
so
mother, but yeah.
she was very much into, if we're going shopping, if we're going out to eat, then you dress the part because that's
Yeah.
proper etiquette. When I was a child, I had impeccable table manners because she taught me. Unfortunately, I lost them over the years, and now I probably look like a pig in a trough. But um,
Sherry.
but I don't have. I mean, when I was like 4 and 5, she could take me to a fancy restaurant, and I had better table manners than most of the adults in the room.
Yeah,
I
always got to
knew
make sure put your
I knew what
napkin on
every
your
fork
lap
was
and
for, what
everything.
every spoon was for. What I mean, I knew it.
Wow.
I could do it. I don't know it anymore. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm sure I could relearn it, but it's like, why? Number one, I
So
don't eat in places like that. I can't afford that kind of restaurant. Number
yeah,
two,
I can't either.
I'm forking a knife.
Sonia,
Is good
oh,
enough.
sorry. Sonia would like to know again, how did you get those cards? I know
What
you're explaining
the
it through the Hay House. Yes, so when you
Oh
want to
yeah, I
explain
bought
a
them
little
through
bit.
Hay House, just Hay House HOUSE.com.
But those were
Um,
through your
the
subscription, though, right?
right. This is well, you can buy them individually
Yeah,
on
but
Hay House. You can
yeah,
go
Hay
back
House.
and buy any of their stuff that they've still got in stock or that they're still publishing. Um, so I mean,
But Sherry belongs to a
but
membership that's what you paid. Yeah.
I joined the Hay House Deck Club. Um, and so every 3 months, we get a deck box, and it usually comes with like two new decks that are getting ready to get published or getting ready to get republished if it's an older deck
Mm.
that's been updated. And then they'll send you a couple of extras like where is it? This is just my second box. I mean, I just joined this club, and it's like every 3 months you get charged $36. So it's basically like $11 a month is what you're paying.
Mm.
If you buy a 6 pack of Coke, you pay for it. Or a 12 pack of Coke, you paid for the deck that month. The first month I got was the extra
Oh,
affirmations for self
we
esteem,
pay. Yeah.
and it's a little box. It comes in a little box, and it's just like uh, it has doubles like I am totally adequate for all situations. And then on the back it says, I choose to feel good about myself. I am worthy of my own love. It's
That's
just little affirmation cards that
mhm.
um I forget
Hey,
how
Allison.
many cards it is, but it's a 12 card deck. So it's like, a week and a half's worth of affirmations. And then this last deck that I just got about a week and a half ago, last box, I got they reissued the Light Sears tarot deck, but they did it as a pocket edition. So, it's small, it'll fit in your hands. You can actually shuffle the cards. And they put it in a tin, which is really nice. Um, it keeps your cards a lot nicer. Um, I know when I bought Lady G's Lenormand deck that she created. Um, Now, I was like the first mail out, one of the first 10 people that ordered and bought the deck. And we all got a plastic case to put our cards in, which was really cool, because it keeps them nicer because it keeps the humidity away from them. Whereas the boxes are great and they protect your cards, but they don't, if you're somewhere really dry, that's not an issue for you. But if you live like where I live, like where Heather lives, where there's a lot of humidity, unless you have tin or plastic or something along those lines, powder.
I use this in my hands on some of my cards because of the coating on them. They stick, especially when it's humid. So my new best friend.
Yeah, somebody told me that when your cards get sticky, to put them in a big Ziploc bag and put like a couple of tablespoons of cornstarch in the bag, zip it closed, and then shake it up real good, and then take them out and let them just kind of air dry before you kind of brush them off. And the cornstarch supposedly helps them unstick. I've not tried that yet, but there you go. So something you can give a try if you have sticky cards. Back to the blue. Let's see. Sharpens focus. We talked about that. If you're easily distracted, surround yourself with cobalt. In other words, squirrel. Maybe that'll cut down.
Especially at this age. Yeah.
Like we just rolled off of this, for what, a good 10 minutes here. Now it says that it does reduce physical energy. It says when cobalt is near, energy levels deplete, and that people have likened this sensation to that of a sedative.
Just sharing some more cards with the blues in it.
Yeah, I just like to look at them when you hold them up. So I was like, I have to stop reading to look up.
Oh, is that too distracting? I can wait.
No, it's not distracting. Okay. I just like to look at the cards.
And this is one of my favorites, the wolf. I love that. With the blues and the greens in it. Yeah.
Yeah. It says that it fosters spiritual enlightenment. It says, if you're working on your spiritual growth, cobalt will facilitate that transformation. You'll cultivate more awareness and inner peace when you turn to cobalt for spiritual healing.
Shari.
Ooh,
just really quick. Dragon. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Dragon. Instead of squirrel, we have dragon.
Dragons.
All right, I'm getting growly here. It says that cobalt eliminates doubt. When you get real stressed out, if you surround yourself with cobalt, it will help calm you. It will help
for entertainment purposes only, YouTube.
Right. This is I mean, this came off the internet. This is the Google machine and Wikipedia and all that kind of stuff.
These colors are great in conjunction with traditional, of course, medical but it's a great advancement. They work together.
If I could afford Chat GPT, I probably would have gone in and pulled it off of there.
Eagles.
I like the eagles.
The blues in that.
Now, see, and that's wild you pull that up.
I dreamt of an eagle.
As you know, when I moved into this apartment here, is the first time that I found out we have eagles in Louisiana. Because they fly right outside. When I said, like where my arm is at, that's our front window, one of the front windows. And then just a little bit further back is where the patio is when you go out the front door, which is like behind me. You go out the front door and you're on the patio, which, has, a fence line, a boarded fence line, so you have privacy. And I guess we've been here about 2 weeks when I was sitting out on the patio one late afternoon, just kind of, chillaxing and listening to music or something.
Sorry.
Oh, wow. I like that.
And if people are wondering what's wrong with
out of my peripheral vision, I saw something go whoosh right like at eye level, in the parking lot in front of me. And I remember sitting up going, what was that? And I thought that was too big for a bird. What was that? And so
as you said, Joybird joined us.
Oh, hey, Joybird.
I've never seen you before, so welcome to
my chat.
Welcome.
You're gonna love Heather's channel. She does such great stuff.
Oh, thank you. So welcome, Joybird.
So y'all be sure you like and subscribe, and then you can like and subscribe me. And
Shari's
Uh,
information is there. Her link takes you to her channel where she shows all her TikTok, her Amazon, her Instagram, the whole 9 yards
I'm
for
getting
this
ready to
lovely
start my
lady right here.
membership. I'm still working on a few final details, and I'm going to roll out my membership. I think it's going to be like I'm going to do like $1 a month or something. Nothing, most of us don't have extra money to afford. I mean,
Mm-mm.
$5 a month is out of my
More
budget,
blue.
you know.
Oops.
Um, but $1 a month, there's a few people I do $1 a month with. And I figure, okay, $1 a
Ooh.
month is not bad.
And this
And
is for
then,
Allison. There's
yeah,
the skull
oh,
and
I like
the
that.
raven.
Yeah,
But she has this deck. She knows it.
yeah. Um, and then I just got a Patreon page. It's not published yet because
Very
I'm still
cool.
working on it. It'll be a little bit more expensive in the tiers. I think the lowest tier I'm going to do is like $5. But in order for me to ask someone to pay for a membership or for a Patreon page, I have to be able to. I love that. That is so cool.
So new people are here, so I thought Marmaduke would like to say hi again. This is my
Yeah.
dragon.
But in order to do that, I have to be
Hello,
able to
everybody.
provide that something extra to to you know to make it worth its while for somebody to pay me money to come watch me. Um, so I know one of the things I'm going to do is like a monthly newsletter um, for members and Patreon members and YouTube members. Nothing fancy, just something basic. Maybe like what's the astrological sign for that month. Maybe I can do a highlight on it. God knows there's enough information online because I know nothing about astrology. Um, in colors, I thought about incorporating colors. Somebody,
Congratulations, Shania. I
yeah,
won too. I'm getting my deck hopefully this weekend or by next week. Deborah
yeah,
will be on my channel as a guest on the 14th. So
and so I'm working on some exciting stuff coming up. I'm just taking it really slow, implementing everything because I want to make sure that whatever it is I'm offering for someone to pay a little money to, I can actually fulfill that obligation. Because I still
yeah.
work full time. You know,
Yeah.
I work 10 hours
Hey,
a day,
Sally.
Monday through Thursday, and half a day on Friday. So, my time is not as free as a lot of people. I don't know. Well, I'm computer literate in some ways. I'm very illiterate in other ways. I'm learning as I go here. Um, I got
Yeah.
really lucky. One of my faculty had popped in my office this past week, and oh, I like that.
Now this is the Star Tarot. I'm going as she's as Sherry's talking, I'm going to be sharing cards. This is a deck that is really beautiful if you're and also has a nice book that goes with it, especially
Yeah,
if you're into astrology. Because it does cover in the book astrological decans, they call it decans, and
uh,
astrological and planetary. So it's called the Star Tarot. So as Sherry's
yeah. I have
sharing, as Sherry is sharing, I'll be sharing.
my main Rider Waite tarot deck has that. It's got the reverse and upright meanings printed on the card. It's got the astrological symbol, the decans. It's got the ruin symbol. It's got yes, no, or maybe.
When you buy it,
It's
you
got
do
a
get a beautiful
numerology
book.
breakdown of that number for that card. It's like all printed on this one card. I love that deck.
And it's in color as well. So they
Yeah.
tell you the astrological signs that fall under each card, the element, the lunar cycle, the season, keywords, and if they apply the decans. So know your like Gerald says, know your limits, purchase responsibly, but this is a very in-depth read to this particular
So that's
deck.
why
So
now I got this deck on a whim. I didn't know if I would like it or not. Called the Angel
Bradley
Tarot.
Val. Mm-hmm.
And this is a beautiful deck. This is the back of the deck. And I think
Lovely.
that's what first drew me. I mean, look at that those blues,
Mm-hmm.
and that's on every card. And then, I mean, now like the High Priestess, okay, that's almost a purple.
This is
It's
the High Priest. We both picked up the High Priestess at the same time.
oh
This is
wow,
the
you
High
see, we're in
Priestess in this deck.
synchronicity today, girl. We are both on the same
Wow.
page.
And there's a
Uh,
butterfly too on there. Wow.
the
Yep.
Three of Water, all these different shades of blue on that.
Beautiful. Well, yeah, because that's our intuition, our third eye, our heart as we go up.
The
So, and
Ten of
with our
Fire,
throats,
all the blues in
we're
that.
speaking our higher
Um,
power, our messages from spirit.
the,
The death
the
card is
Queen of
beautiful
Air
too.
is
Wow.
another blue, or the Dreamer is another blue. I mean, just
Yeah, these all have blue in it. It's kind of like trying to
yeah,
figure
they're
out which
all
one.
like the whole deck is kind of blue themed. Even the cards that are this is like one of the few. Even the cards that are
Oh.
different colors still have blue worked
Mm-hmm.
into it, as you can see. Um, so that's
Five of
kind of cool.
Pentacles. And I love this Five of Pentacles because it's not the traditional. It's like a different approach to um
That's what
the
I like about this
the
angel
tarot.
deck. That's what I like about this angel deck. Number one, wands are called fire, cups are called water, swords are called air, pentacles are called earth. So, you get the queen of earth. And, some people look at that and they're like, well, what the hell does that mean?
Yes.
Queen of earth, that means pentacles. That's a
Oh,
pentacle.
I got some beautiful
And,
ones to show you in the blue.
the justice card, another deep blue,
Mm-hmm.
almost a purpley blue. Um, those tend to be the
Okay.
kind of cards that I buy are the ones that are deeply color saturated. I mean, there are some cards and decks that I like that are very pastel ish,
So Kim,
you know.
this
Um,
is the tarot deck, Kim, that has the star tarot with the astrological and everything on it. This is a very intense read. Each card gets about a page and a half, and she breaks down all the imagery in her cards, like the Robin Wood tarot. How Robin Wood took the book and she broke down and explained why she used certain colors, why she used certain symbolism. This author does the same thing. So that is this deck right here.
here's a cool little deck I picked up, another little pocket edition I got cheap online. I don't even remember where I bought it. I think I got it at Etsy. Uh,
Turtles.
Whisper of the Ocean. That's why I bought it. It had turtles on the front cover, and but
Just
it's
like the
like
thumbnail
all of
today.
the
I made sure I
cards
had
are all of these beautiful shades of blue
mm-hmm.
on it. The backs are, of course, the blue with the turtles. Um, that's another cool little deck that I picked up.
And I love this moon card from the Colette Baron Reed Good Tarot. It has the
Yeah.
beautiful blues and golds in it. And oh, talk about Queen of Air. Here we go. Look at this one in this deck.
Oh, I like that. That's cool with the owl.
And the age and everything. Yes, wisdom. I
Yeah.
mean, that is just absolutely beautiful.
I know I have the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. This is another
Mm-hmm.
pocket edition, which I
Miss
eventually.
Tarot D.
Hi, darling. So the
Hope you're
back of
enjoying
those
life.
cards of the Spirit Animal Oracle is all blues, which is really
King of
cool.
Water. I
But
love the King of Water. Neptune or Poseidon, whoever you want to connect with God wise. Oh, and this here too is just beautiful.
surely the wedding's not over already, Mr. OD.
No, no. Just popping in to show some love. Here's the world
Oh,
card. Beautiful
yeah.
blues. I just absolutely trying to see which
So
ones that really
anyway,
jump
that's
out.
that's basically all the information. Everything I read off is basically all the info I got
King
on
of
uh,
Air.
on the color of cobalt. I really didn't know that much about the color. I didn't really think about it. It's blue
King of
and it's
Air.
a shade that I like because I love jewel tones. Anything
Mm-hmm.
like my cards. When I buy cards, that I actually pick out and purchase. It's rare that I buy a deck that's all pastelly colors. you know.
Oh, and I love this hangman. It's so beautiful. It's so
Oh, I
uniquely
like
done. It's kind of like based sort of on the Icarus. Some people like to point out when you
yeah,
fly a little too high, but still, I just love the colors and the interpretation. Um,
exactly.
Messengers of air. So if you are a nature based spirituality and you really love animals, this is a really beautiful tarot deck to get. But just be advised too that because Colette Baron Reed, she likes her cards to not be when she did this, she wanted to make sure that in the traditional RWS we have some cards that might appear scary, like the devil, the tower, the death card. So she wanted to make sure that this tarot deck, even though it does address the not so pleasant aspects of life, she wanted to make sure that the imagery wasn't jarring or upsetting to people who had readings with them. So instead of the devil, she put in the apple and it said temptation on it. And she switched out, like, her Hierophant isn't like a religious icon. It's a woman standing like at an altar. It basically looks like the magician card.
Yeah,
And for the magician, she used a druid.
yeah.
So
Now, I
she
did a
has
card flip through on this deck, and I believe I've already posted it. So, I mean, if anybody wants to look through and see what all the cards look like, because when I do a flip through, I literally flip through each card, and I will say what the card is. I don't go. I think there's only one or two times that I've actually like gone into explanations, because I know some people don't really get off on that. They're like, yeah, I can, read it for myself. Um,
So
but
Sally, yes, I'm just been kind of. It's more going to be like an oracle deck, and I've been using Canva, and I'm still trying to find something that I'm happy with, where the image is, there's a nice image. I have what I want. Not quite sure what to say yet on certain ones, and just trying to find a template that
yeah,
works for me. But the momentum has picked up. The interest has returned. So now that we're moving into the season of more of like hibernation and self-reflection, I'm going to be able to spend more time focusing on those endeavors. Eight of air, another beautiful colors with the cobalts in them. Same colors as in Sherry's shirt.
yeah,
Most definitely. And eight of
yeah,
air in this deck would be like the eight of swords. So instead of the image of being surrounded by swords, it's just showing her having to her let go of all those things around her that she feels is holding her back and not being able to take flight and move forward. So, and I have to share one more from this deck, the star. I mean, the star, the moon, the hangman, those are some of my favorite images from this deck. They really are quite beautiful. So,
wait a minute. Miss Tarot D says,
humidity.
save
Oh,
those silicone packages and put them in boxes
in
with your
boxes,
cards.
and it will help
Oh, you're
humanity.
talking about those little moisture thingies that come in like pill bottles and all that.
Oh, when you get those like out of
You're
shoes
right,
and
yeah.
things and stuff.
Um,
Yeah. To keep
my mother sewed, she quilted, she did all that kind of stuff. And she bought acid-free paper, like
Bye, Sally. Thank you for joining
almost like,
us.
the
Good to
tissue that
see
you
you.
gift wrap with, that you would wrap something in the tissue to gift wrap. Um, but they have what they call acid-free
Thank you, Sally.
tissue that you can get. And that's what she used to wrap her material with when she would store up material pieces that she found, because it would keep the material fresher, and it wouldn't rot as easily, because even material will dry rot if it just sits. And if it's not packaged correctly or put in an airtight, you know, container, it will dry rot on you. I mean,
Yeah.
you walk through any really older home and there's still
Mhm.
drapes on the rods, you'll see where the drapes have just dry rotted between the sun and just the air. And
Yep.
depending on where you are, how humid is it? How dry is it? will depend on how fast something will dry rot or will grow mold. When you live in climates that have a lot of water and a lot of humidity, you have to be really careful about protecting your clothing as well as other things from mold because it can take over just that fast with mold. And
So, my dear, we are at an hour. Before we go, would you like to do a collective reading for the whole chat?
yes, yes. Let's do that. Mini, meeny, mighty, mo.
And
Next
I'll
card.
use
Let's
my
go.
shop screen. There's lots of nice blue cards in here. And Shari and I would like to thank everybody again for spending time with us on their Saturday morning.
Like I said, Heather's the only person I get up this early on a Saturday for.
Aw.
Because normally it'd be like, you want me at what time?
Okay, bye, Miss Tarot D. Have fun with your
Hi, darling. Have
family.
fun at your wedding. Let's do, I'm going to do Whispers of the Ocean by Angela Hartfield. Because it's got my turtles on it. So, and actually,
That's why I made sure that our thumbnail had a blue turtle so that Shari could have her. And even things that we didn't think about, songs that have the word blue in it, like I'm blue, da ba dee da ba
I
dee.
had to
Remember
find a
that one from the
PDF copy
90s?
of the guidebook, so I printed it out.
And Dream of the Blue Turtle by
Put it in
Sting.
yeah. There's the group, the Turtles.
A Blue Bayou. Oh, my dad
Blue
loved Chris
Bayou by
McGale.
Linda Ronstadt. Yes.
Oh no, well, Linda Ronstadt, yes, and then
I love that. It's
Blue Eyes
so
by.
sad that she's no longer able to sing anymore.
Yeah, she has really bad MS, so yeah.
It's stolen
And
her
she's the one
voice.
that brought the Eagles together too, the band the Eagles.
Yeah, that's it.
Some of the members were her backup band. Hmm. So while Shari is shuffling, I got perfect. The first card was a blue card. Will o' the Wisp. Treasures hidden in the shadows. So going into fall, autumn, and into the less sun now for us on the northern hemisphere. We're going into days are going to be getting shorter, nights are going to be getting longer. So making sure at this time that we're taking good care of ourselves, maybe doing some shadow work, some self reflection, and making sure too that we continuously are hydrating. I have learned how important water is this summer with getting me healthier, helping me with my inflammation and my fibromyalgia. So, water is so important, and taking the time to just reflect, go within ourselves, and finding just what treasures, special things about ourselves that we may not have known about. I also got lost in space, needing direction. And of course, perfect holding the planet without what 7 planets right now in retrograde. We might be feeling a little lost right now. So even extra, time for reflection and self-care, and just asking our guides just to kind of help us through this time, learning how to stay grounded, and with everything going on in the world, especially in our country too. Eyes of the eagle, raising above the fray, making sure that we're keeping our vibration up, keeping our health up, our positive looks on our lives, making sure that we have healthy coping skills to get us through this time, and just kind of like, instead of getting into drama right away and jumping into something, just kind of raising above and getting a different perspective, because the eagles are connected to great spirit. And so it's just basically us getting above the fray, raising above the drama, and just kind of taking a look and not necessarily interacting with it. And the last card I have for us is Many Masks, the Authentic Self. So a lot of us have to wear sometimes different masks when we go out. Some people who love the tarot or do channels can't necessarily tell people where they work that they do this, or their families, or whatever it might be. So whatever mask that you have to wear in your daily life, um, just remember that you try to stay as much into your true authenticity, especially during this time with the drama, with everything going in. Just making sure that you know what you connect with it, what you connect with spiritually, what your morals are, what your beliefs are, and to be grounded in that, and not to be, have anybody tell you to be somebody who you are not when possible.
Yeah.
And
I
with
think
that,
now at this point, most people I work with know what I do.
mm-hmm,
Most of them just kind of, oh, that's interesting. I mean, yeah, I work with computer nerds. Um, but there are a few of them when they find out, they're
mm-hmm.
like, oh, that's so cool. What's the name of your channel?
Hi,
I'm gonna check
Rosanna.
it out. And
Yeah.
students that think it's just the coolest thing ever, and they'll pop into the chat and I'll see them. I'll be like, oh, hey. And
Mm-hmm.
so,
I've seen that. Hey, it's one of my students. She'll go. And you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
hi. Yeah.
So, it's just, it makes me feel so good, that they come pop in and see me, when they know I'm online. Like I was saying earlier, not this past week, but week before last, one of my faculty had stopped by my office. He was having an issue with some paperwork, and I was trying to help him with it. He stopped by to ask some questions about something, and he made a comment to me, something about, oh, well, enjoy your long weekend. It was like the Thursday or the Friday before the Labor Day weekend. He said, you enjoy your long weekend, get some rest. I said, oh no, I said, I got shows backed up back to back, and a party and the whole thing, online. He's like, what do you mean you got shows to do? What do you do? And I said, I have a YouTube channel. He was like, no, get out. And I was like, yeah, really? He says, what do you do? And I said, and he's one of the ones that he's very nice,
Mm-hmm.
but I never thought he would be interested in something like this. And I said,
Yeah.
well, Oracle and tarot cards. Man, his eyes got big. He lit up like a Christmas tree. That's so cool. Wow, you do that. And then he was like, wait, what's the name of your channel? He had to write it down. And I said, yeah, I'm getting ready to take some growing steps to make it more of a business. And he's like, oh, well, you'll need to do this, and this. And I'm like, okay, when I'm getting ready to make those steps, we'll talk. He says, oh, yeah, I'll walk you through it. No problem. Because he has an MBA. So, he knows what he's talking about.
So
And
there's your connection right there.
there's a connection. And then my son has a friend who's a graphic artist. That's what he does for a living, who is creating a logo for me. So I'm hoping I get that soon. And anyway, that's all my stuff. And
So
okay,
what
I pulled
card did
from
you get?
Whispers of the Ocean. I sat and shuffled those cards, and when I pulled 29 and 30 after shuffling in between both pulls. And I still pulled them back to back. The first one I pulled says, empower yourself. Tune in to your personal power. You are more than able to handle the situation facing you. Allow yourself to be the strong, beautiful person you are capable of being. It says, what are you waiting for? It's imperative to draw on your personal power. Start directing the flow of your energy towards something you would like to generate, create, or energize. But be careful. Don't dwell on stuff that you don't want.
Yeah.
Only dwell on the things that you
Do want.
I should do it like this way. There, it covers my mess. That you do want. As soon as I get this rearranged, hopefully I won't have the mess behind me anymore. Um, it says you're encouraged to step into your power now. You're about to have a breakthrough moment and feel very inspired and motivated about an idea or passion. So, there's something kind of hanging in the back of your head. Up
Mm-hmm.
on it. Um, it says your eyes have been opened to a whole new world. You may feel very excited about the possibilities and the opportunities available to you. So brush off the doubts, the criticisms, and the worry. Step up and steer your path to brighter horizons. This is a picture of a sailfish, which anybody that lives down near the Gulf, this is, you see this all the time. And
Here. Keep that there. There we
Okay.
go. So I put you on the big so we can see it better.
yeah, it's called a sailfish.
Never heard
And
of
it's a
them.
symbol of personal power and your ability to be seen. The sailfish is a strong reminder to be direct. They rely on their strong appearance, bright color, and long sword-like bill to make a powerful impression. Sailfish live in the cooler areas of the ocean, so you have to like deep sea fishing. You have to go out there a ways. They range from gray to blue in color and have a huge dorsal fin referred to as a sail. That's why they're called sailfish. And their bill, which looks like a long sword, enables them to pierce through a tough exterior. They are considered the fastest fish in the ocean, reaching up to 110 kilometers per hour.
Wow.
The sailfish is said to have the ability to shake off negative energy. So that's kind of cool. Maybe pick yourself up a little sailfish somewhere. And then the other card I pulled was surrounded by prosperity. And here you go.
Oh.
Isn't that a cool picture?
Such pretty colors. Yeah.
Yeah. And it says your attention is being drawn to the infinite nature of reality. That which exists outside the known is beyond measure. It says you might be drawn. It says the school of fish pictured represents abundance, sanctuary, desire. Cover up the mess. Okay.
There's not that much of a mess. Look at my plate. Goodness gracious, woman.
It really does bug me. Says the school of fish pictured represents abundance, sanctuary, desire, control, steadiness, and even a possible windfall. Well, we could all use that. You may find you want to take care of others by offering advice, guidance, and wisdom, as well as loaning your money or giving your time to a worthwhile cause. Your abundant flow is at its peak, and you find hidden treasures around every corner and in a wide variety of situations. You might be drawn to the vibrant yellow of the tang. This is an opportunity to tune into your solar plexus and your personal power. Just do it on this side. Okay.
Beautiful.
Are you giving up or alternatively too keyed up about a situation? This is a time to bring yourself back to feeling empowered and in control of your emotions. Okay, the sailfish was just talking about that self-empowerment.
Energy's definitely
it helps maintain balance in the ecosystem. The yellow tang is attracted to areas of coral where they clear away excess algae. So there's a purpose for their being that helps other living things, because coral is a living entity. It's not
people don't realize that.
A lot of people don't realize it.
And we're killing a lot of our coral reefs.
And we're killing it too. We're killing it left and right. The Great Barrier Reef is almost dead because of all of the pollution that's been dumped into the oceans and the heat. When the water gets hot, it kills the barrier reefs and the coral reefs. A lot of people don't realize that.
Burns them.
It says algae can turn up in all sorts of places. You can even see yellow tangs cleaning it off a turtle. Yeah, if you ever look at long, old sea turtles, they got that crap growing all over their shell because they're in the water all the time. That's why you see so many little fish that are hanging around them, because they're eating all that stuff off of the shell, because that's their food source. But it's also designed in nature to help the sea turtles or whatever else kind of fish. You see the same thing with whales and with sharks. You'll see these little fish that hang around them because they're eating all the algae and the barnacles and stuff that grow on the surface, the outer skin of these mammals and these fish.
Especially those abalone shells that you see too in the metaphysical stores. If you see thick, crustings on them, That's because we're putting so much pollution in the water that they're forcing themselves to create thicker and harder shells to protect themselves. I learned that when I was in Arizona.
Exactly. It says abundance can show up in a variety of ways. Trust that you are abundant. Clear away anything that may hinder your bounty. Maybe you don't have a lot of money. Maybe you have trouble meeting your bills. God knows we've all been there.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
some of us are there right now. That's just the way it is. Um, but abundance comes in so many different forms. I may not have money, or expensive things. Most of the stuff I have is cheap Walmart knockoffs or Target knockoffs. But I try to take care of my stuff to make it look nice and make it last long. I mean, I got stuff I bought 30 years ago that still looks like new because I take care of it. I appreciate it. And it makes me feel that abundance because I have something that's pleasing to look at or
Hmm.
pleasant to wear for those items that I can still stick my fat behind in. Um, I've gained a lot of weight in 30 years, let me tell you.
Oh
Um,
my goodness, girl, don't even get me started.
although when I went to the doctor, he was like, "You lost 10 pounds." I was like, "Well, I don't know how that happened." But this is a really cool deck. It didn't come with a guidebook. It's probably a counterfeit. They labeled it as a pocket edition.
Hmm.
Eventually, I'll be able to afford the actual real cards that are bigger. So I had to go online and I had to find a PDF of the guidebook. And I just went,
E-
I just went and printed it out, put it in a little notebook, and
oh, Sharon's still here. Thank you, Sharon.
and thank you, Sharon.
So I had asked while you were talking about your deck what color those in chat would like to see next, and because I've already done violet, teal, tangerine, and blue, and so Sonia recommended pink, and so pink will be the next one I do, and I will see which one of my fellow readers
Oh, you don't
uh,
have anybody
haven't
lined
done
up
it
yet.
with me yet. We'll want to do pink. Maybe I can email Miss Tarot D because she loves wearing those pinks and purples and magentas. Maybe. We'll
I
see.
know when I sent her a birthday card and everything, I found a birthday card with like a bulldog with this big blingy ruffle around its neck. And it was like a 3D card, so the ruffle was actually a ruffle in the picture. And I was so bummed I couldn't find anything with purple. All I could find was pink stuff. So when I sent it to him, I said, "Sorry, it's all pink. I couldn't find purple."
I used to never wear pink, but there are certain shades now that I am gravitating to. And it
I
was
love
interesting
pink.
because I think it was Patricia yesterday or somebody was telling me that they saw a um a purplish pink aura or something around me, and I thought that was pretty cool. So
Yeah, yeah,
alrighty, everybody. I have
yeah. I
so
look
many
at you and
lives
I just see a
scheduled.
glow around you. I'm just starting to learn to see auras,
I would love to be able to see
and
that.
it's
Yeah.
not. It's very hit and miss. And I haven't picked up colors yet, but sometimes I can look at people and it's just like this. It almost looks like a phantom outline around them,
Mm-hmm.
just kind of a slight distortion in
Oh,
the air around
there
them,
we go. That's good. Mm-hmm.
and so when I look at you and I see just this very slight distortion that just follows, around your head and your body.
See me, I see it on the inside. Like if I look at you right now, I don't see, but in my mind's eye, I can see like yellows, pinks, with a little tinge of like a violet or a purple. So I go by what colors are popping into my head and certain shades and things. So
Yeah,
yeah, I want to start doing when I get caught up with finding proper storage and stuff for my artwork. I want to start offering color readings and doing it on a painting or a drawing and offering that. So
Oh, that's cool.
we are at 2:20 because I have so many lives this month. I have to make sure that my lives don't go over an hour and a half. So everybody, thank you for joining Shari and I. Shari, thank you for joining me this morning.
You're welcome. Like I said, you're the only person I get up this early for. So, especially on a Saturday.
I don't tell anybody, but I kind of bribe Shari. I was like, hey, Shari, no, just kidding. But no, so Sonia will be doing a pink and most definitely. And we'll see. Everybody have a great rest of your weekend. Shari, you got anything coming up before we go?
Who really gets into pink? Contact Heather. You know.
Yeah. And maybe. What do you got going on this weekend on your channel?
Well, let's see. I got a private reading in about 30 minutes. I'm gonna go sneak a smoke and then come back in and get that going. I had given away a reading. I don't remember now. Somebody was doing something special, and I donated a 30-minute reading, and so I got a reading to do, and then at 6 o'clock Central tonight, Amy of Earth Spirit. I was on her channel last weekend, and
I like Amy. Yeah.
She's going to be my guest at 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern, and 4 o'clock Pacific. So if y'all got an hour to kill, hop over and say hello. And then tomorrow is Juno Day. Juno. I was going to ask if
tomorrow's Juno.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tomorrow afternoon, 4:30 Central. Juno and I do hour and a half. We do the destiny cards. Mm-hmm. We'll go over like Jin Shin Jitsu, which is a form of acupressure type
energy healing.
Mm-hmm. Energy healing. It's like, just there are certain points in your body that if you press into them or massage them or do things, it will relieve other ailments within you. It's very fascinating. And we do that and every other Sunday. So tomorrow's our day. And that's it until Wednesday. Wednesday is the sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday, I'm doing. What am I doing Thursday? Oh, Thursday, I'm doing a live with Marina, Cleo, Desir, and Val. Friday is that special group meeting I was telling you about to go fill out a non-disclosure agreement on. It's all hush hush. And Friday afternoon, I'm doing a live on Amy Warrior Princess's channel. I don't remember now what the topic was. She's been doing like cold case type stuff so like once a month we go in and read on it.
Okay, enjoy your birthday party tonight, Sonia. Thank you for being here, sweetheart. Have fun.
Thank you. Have a happy birthday.
And tonight at 7 o'clock, I have Brenda Tarot coming to my channel. So as soon as we're done, I have got to knock out that thumbnail and get the link created. So between our shows, jump back and forth, say hi to Shari, say hi to me, get a reading at some point. Sonia too, if you can make it.
Go into like Earth Spirit's channel tonight when I'm on there, and like and subscribe to her. She's really small. I don't even think she's hit 500 subscribers yet. So she's
we'll get her built up in our community as well. Yes.
Yeah.
And she just subscribed to me the other day, so she's part of my family now. So it's nice.
Exactly.
All right, everybody.
Thank y'all for coming
rest of your day.
Saturday morning with us.
Yes. And maybe we'll see you later tonight. Bye.
Absolutely. Bye.